You are listening to the We Hired a Sitter for This podcast.
We hired a sitter for this.
We have a roster of like 7 sitters.
I hate authority, but I'm a mom.
I'm an old man. I need orthopedic shoes.
The laughs, the chuckles, the TMI.
Some people might say, why would you have kids? The oceans are rising. The economy's collapsing.
And they're not wrong. I'm Ross.
And I'm Patrick.
And we hired a sitter.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to We Hired a Sitter for This. My name is Patrick Holbert. I'm coming to you live from Appleton, Wisconsin, and Ross is in the home studio in Brooklyn, New York. Hi, honey.
Hi, Ross. Ross Aaron Martineau here, present.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to say Ross Aaron Martineau when introducing.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't formally introduce me at all, so yeah. I was just doing that for myself.
We're figuring this out as we go.
We've never done it, except we've been doing it since 2017, but I guess not like this.
Yeah. It is a Monday morning, March 3rd, 2025.
Monday afternoon over here.
Yeah. Yeah, it is here too. Wow, look at the time. The time flies when you're having fun.
Woo!
It's been a little bit of a day for us getting rolling here. We're trying to see how we could do a remote podcast episode. Ross got her pits out loud and proud.
I'm so tired.
Yeah, you already taught a yoga class. You got another one tonight. You're sitting
and I've got the yoga class of my life, raising a child.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't stop.
The everyday side plank position of child rearing.
It is a bit of a side plank. It takes all of your muscles and you're balancing on one limb and the edge of another limb.
Yeah, you're like, or it's like a wall sit.
Yeah.
Like an hour into it, you're just shaking.
Yeah, you're doing chair pose against the wall and you're like, this is so easy. And then like a minute in, you're like, what the fuck? I don't do that. And that's like strength training nonsense. I don't do that in yoga class. But yeah, I'm premenstrual, getting my period soon. I'm feeling that today. The exhaustion is hitting me. I know the blood wave is on its way. And I had a long but great, lovely, fun weekend with our daughter. But because she's at school, I think my body and my mind are like, oh,
just lay down. You could just lay down for an hour. We'll get you up.
Yeah.
You can be productive later.
Yeah.
Just do it.
But this house ain't gonna run itself.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry that you're doing single parenthood. I feel guilty.
Solo. I think solo parenting is the more appropriate way because I'm not single. You're still emotionally available. You're a presence. So what the hell is going on with you?
Oh, I've got logistics to figure out. I'm supposed to check out tomorrow morning and go to Chicago, but my next gig in Chicago isn't until Thursday night. I was trying to find gigs to do Tuesday and Wednesday night, but I couldn't, so I messaged the people here. I said, could I stay for an extra couple nights? Can we work out a deal? And they're like, you can stay for the same rate. It'd basically be $200 more to stay
They were like,
here.
Go fuck yourself.
Basically.
With your rates.
Basically.
With the broken coffee pot?
Yeah, there's a broken coffee pot. The washer dryer repair guy had to come here while I was here. I hosted him. I was pleasant with him. And
that's kind of some bullshit. And you're the first person to stay there?
Yeah, I'm like, cut me a deal. No,
that's, you know what? They don't give a shit about their first review. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, do I threaten like, hey, I'd hate to reference the coffee pot in my review, but I might have to if you're not going to be flexible on this.
Yeah, and especially if you're the first person, you think that would be in their interest to be like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, and it's like, all right,
that's weird.
If I check out tomorrow, then you lose. Like I did lowball them. I was like, could I stay for $50 a night for 2 more nights? And at first the guy was like, that's fine with me. I got to check with my cleaning person to see if it messes with her schedule. And then he wrote back, we would have to do it at the same rate. And then I did the math. I'm like, I'm paying 89. It worked out something like $89 a night, but I got a discount because I'm the first person here. But yeah, it's basically.
Wait, so it would be $89 a night. Like, that's what the same rate would be tonight and tomorrow night. Oh my God, hon, just do it.
Am I cheap?
Yes.
But it would be $200 more in total.
Right, but like, where are you going to go?
Well, I could go get a shitty room in Chicago on Airbnb for like $50 a night.
No.
You think stay here where it's comfortable?
Yes.
I've got the groceries set up. The washer dryer is working now.
Yes.
The self-made coffee I did this morning, that did work out fine. Now I have a thing of iced coffee in the fridge.
If we're talking about between 50 and 90 and you have no guarantees about like where you're going to lay your head in Chicago, no.
Yeah.
We're in our 40s. Enough is enough.
This is kind of a baller place. It's a 2-bedroom house. Like I'm like
baller place.
I mean, I'm saying it's like nice compared to the shit I usually book.
Yeah.
And I did talk to Jenny once about when I have like editing work, if like I'm going to be hunkered down doing work, I should book hotels or places that would be comfortable to work from.
Agree.
Because there have been Airbnbs I've stayed in the past where it's like, I'm like, what am I doing here? Like, am I safe? Like, I don't know if I ever told you this. In Portales, New Mexico, the night before I flew to Key West to film the documentary, I had a show in New Mexico in the middle of like, it's like out there.
They're stealing your kidneys. You're waking up in a fucking bathtub of ice at this Airbnb.
Yeah, it was in a house. It was very similar to like my Aunt Anne's house, you know, like a ranch style house, and everything's codes. They're like, here's the code to get in through the house into the house, and then there's a code for your bedroom. The person who owns the house doesn't live there.
Yeah.
And they're like, by the way, there is another guest. And I go in there and like the other guest has their door open. The lights are down, totally black. They're watching TV in the daytime. So it's just TV glow in a darkened room with the door pretty much wide open. And I walk past down the hall and I could see the person laying on the bed in the middle of the day watching TV. And I never saw them. I never saw their face. But my room was right next door. So I go in the room, I close the door, and I'm like, I don't know what this person's up to. And then it was really cold out at the time, and there was like a space heater that you turn on the space heater, and it just turns off everything, like it blew a fuse. So everything else in the room turned off. So then I'm messaging with the homeowner about the fuse box, like how do I reset the fuse? And I guess I can't remember how that resolved itself, but they fixed it somehow. It was just like so weird. Like the house had any areas that like they didn't want you to go in, just had a sheet in the doorway. There was like boxes of shit everywhere. I'm like, there wasn't like a locked door. It was just a sheet. Yeah, there were like bed sheets in different doorways.
Yeah, you were in meth country too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
well, I'm glad you made it out of there alive, and you're here to tell the tale.
So now to be here in this home is nice. Although over here, that doorway, right there, that door,
got it.
That just goes to a basement, like a cellar, like in Barbarian. Remember that movie?
I do.
I open that. There's no lock on the inside of that, so somebody could conceivably come.
There's no lock on the outside. Like on your side?
Yeah, like I can't lock the cellar door.
That's kind of weird. I don't like that.
Me neither. So should I just go to Chicago?
No. It would be different if it was like over $100 a night, but like it's your time is more valuable. Like your sleep is more valuable. It doesn't. That's like nickel and diming. It doesn't make sense.
I guess the big question is
fucking diabetic hand lotion.
Let's get to that in a second. Last question on this topic. So tomorrow morning in town here, I'm performing at a community college. That's the whole reason for this trip, basically.
Not the
So
whole reason.
yeah, but if I go do the gig and it doesn't go well, if I have the urge to get the fuck out of town, I won't be able to because I will have already agreed to this new fee.
I mean, that's very dramatic.
I just have to get over that.
What do you mean you really feel like it'll go so bad? I just got to get my shit and get the fuck out of here.
Well, I'm just saying sometimes it does. It is nice to be able to leave somewhere and like mentally be like, okay, on to the next.
Well, sure, but like, I don't know. I feel like once you leave the campus, it's done,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, yeah, you want to talk skin moisturizers?
Not really, but I
Let,
do think a public shaming is necessary.
let's get into my strange spending habits now. So first
I
of all,
told Nuna about it too. I had therapy this morning and I was just like it was more like in jest that I was describing. Is this
yeah.
weird that my knee is in the shot?
No, I love that pop of color actually.
Um And I was kind of just describing that, like, maybe back in the day that would have been a fight between us. And I realize you have to give context, but this is what podcasting with me looks like.
Yeah.
That maybe that would have been a fight between us. Like, me being like, why are you buying that? And you being like, I'm saving money. Like, not everything has to be expensive. But now I feel like you know that is a ridiculous part of yourself.
Yeah, no, I hate myself about it. So yeah, basically my skin is like dry and itchy, especially in my
Sloughing.
hands. It's disgusting. Yeah, sloughing off. It's dusty. I can't snap my fingers. There are tiny little razor blades on the end of each finger.
It's catching on all the fabric.
Yes,
for the people that understand that.
My skin is literally splintering on the ends. It's horrible. So, and I didn't bring hand lotion or any kind of lotion. And I've already become, first of all, I've become a regular at the Dollar Tree and the Dollar General. I've gone to both stores, I think twice each now.
No,
like,
that phrase would never be used for me.
No.
Ever in my life. I've become a regular at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah. I've got like a loyalty card. They're like, we don't even have a loyalty card. I'm like, I made my own.
I can't. Because I'm just so proud.
But I did get that Epsom salt from in there the other day.
Okay, good. All right.
I had a really nice eucalyptus Epsom salt bath on Saturday morning.
That is a permissible product to buy there.
Yeah, because it's just
salt.
It's literally the element salt.
Yes, you're like, great. That's what I wanted.
So yeah, but I forgot to get lotion, and last night I was like, all right, I really need to.
Oh, here we go.
I gotta put some lotion on my. By the way, Kyle Kinane is a comic. I was listening to his special, and he said,
I know his name.
Just so you guys know, I'm going to be clearing my throat a lot during my set because I have a condition called GERD. He's like, GERD is like a step above having a cough, basically. And I'm
Why
like,
do I know Kyle Kinane? Why do I know that name?
Because he's just so funny. He's probably in your algorithm. He's great.
But like, what was he on? Was he on something?
Crystal meth and THC.
Okay. Anyways, go on.
I think I've GERD because it's just like a constant phlegmy voice box. That's my problem.
That is the worst word. One of top 5 worst words.
Yeah, anytime a single syllable word has that much grossness attached to it.
It's in the back. Well, it's in the back of the throat where your issue is.
It's
GERD.
It's like, and then you got gout. Gout is also disgusting.
And you got curd.
Yeah,
it's like, and curd is maybe contributing to your GERD.
To the GERD.
Dairy.
Cut to me at Marshall's in Appleton, Wisconsin on a Sunday night, 9 p.m., doing a little discount shopping. I'm like, all right. Because I also forgot my nail clippers. So I was like, I need to manicure these nails.
That is one thing I'm grateful that you do pretty regularly.
So I get some $5 nail clippers I also get a little personal hair trimmer because my mustache whiskers, when they start going on my lips,
You
they
didn't
start to
pack any of this shit? We have all of this
no.
here.
Well, I never bring my beard trimmer on the road. But then I'm like, I'm gonna get the lotion here too. And I find this really nice tube of women's hand lotion.
Which I'm
Um,
dying to know what that was.
I forget. It looked
What's
great
really, really nice women's hand lotion? I'm dying to
at
know.
Marshalls. At
Yes.
Marshalls.
I'm dying to know.
Well, it was just good package design. I was like, I'll just get this. This probably smells nice. And it was $6.99. But then near the nail clippers, I see that they have men's lotions, and I find a big tube of it's called Ease Z lotion, and it specifically says diabetics hand lotion.
I
And
didn't
it's
know
hand lotion.
I didn't know those things were connected.
I think because diabetics are gross and
That's
and
not nice.
no. I probably have diabetes,
That's
so
what you keep saying, but every time you get tests done, they're like, you're fine.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, I get this lotion and
Because you're like, I need medical grade. That's what you said to yourself. You're like, I need medical grade, and this looks medical grade because it's a no frills bottle.
Yeah. Also, it was $1 cheaper than the ladies' hand cream, and you got more with it.
You can't hear the sigh roll, but it's here, everyone.
Yeah.
It's here.
So I get it, and I go out to the car. First step is it's 15 degrees in Wisconsin, and I clip my nails immediately outside the rental car. I'm standing in a parking lot clipping my nails next to a white Dodge Charger.
Oh, this is bleak.
I've got my Dollar General. I got my Dollar General winter hat on because I forgot my winter hat and gloves.
Yeah.
So I got a bright orange Dollar General beanie on.
Yeah.
By the way, I did get gloves. They're like gardening gloves. They're just fabric gloves that I double layered. So I'm walking around town like a hobo.
You looking absolutely fucking insane.
Yeah. So I'm clipping the nails. I finished
This is
that.
unacceptable for my husband. I gotta tell you, you have to have a little bit more fucking respect for yourself at this age.
Well, I'm trying to stick to the spending plan, honey.
I told you lowballed it. I saw it and I was like, he's fucking nuts.
Yeah, but I've already made more money on everything.
I know.
So I finished clipping the nails. I finished my parking lot manicure, my parking lot Marshall's manicure.
This shit is crazy.
And then I get in the car and I'm like, all right, next step is I got to lotion these hands immediately. So I open the bottle, 2 pumps. I'm just greasing up these hands. And right away, the smell hits me. It says,
wait, I'm sorry. I know you're trying to get through this story, but this is podcasting with me. Constant interruptions.
Yeah, no.
Like, you are very sensitive to smells.
Yeah,
So when they hit you, they hit you.
Yeah.
Which it's kind of counterintuitive to your whole like cheap experience, actually, because you're dealing with a lot of noxious smells from cheap products. So that's something to think about. Your sensitivity could be from the very thing you're trying to pinch pennies on.
Wow.
Ooh,
Wow.
The doctor is in.
Getting to the heart of it.
All right, go on. Manicure and Marshalls.
Yeah, and I put the lotion on in the car. It's dark, by the way. I can't really see the physical lotion when it comes out of the bottle. So I'm putting it on, and I'm like, it's got this funky smell, and I'm like, this said it's fragrance free, and I'm like, I guess this is what these ingredients smell like. It's like, it doesn't smell medical though. It's like just like a vague. It's not
off.
funk. It's just weird. It's like maybe it's actually similar to crayons. Is what it's sort of similar to.
Okay.
Okay. It's like a duller crayon smell,
but not like that like weird medicated lotion I have for like psoriasis, which I don't have, but I just got it because Fran had some weird little like outbreak of stuff. You know that weird little bottle I've used on her before, and it smells kind of like medicinal.
Yeah, no, I can't think of it.
It's not hitting you. Okay.
But anyway, I put it on, and then I'm just like driving home, and I'm like, I don't know if I should have got the first tube of hand cream. So anyway, I bring it home and I look on the bottom and it says it expired in September of 2024.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is this unsafe for me to be using? Like, does bacteria grow in hand lotion?
It was already unsafe. Okay, let's just start there.
So anyway, but then I'm like, my hands need to drink. My hands need their drink. They need their drinky.
Marshall's diabetic lotion.
So
I cannot.
I get myself, now I'm in the kitchen of this place right over there. This door, that's the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in there with the lights on. I get a couple more pumps. I start putting it on and I look at it. It's not even white lotion. It's like tan. It's like a light brown color. I'm like, why is...
Yeah, that's weird.
Why
Especially
is this
because
not
there's
just
zinc
white?
in it. Zinc is white.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I did just use some more because I'm not having any kind of allergic reaction or anything.
And is it helping?
Yeah, it's helping a lot.
Okay, well.
My skin is nice.
Okay.
Although,
and the smell isn't like knocking you back.
I'm just sort of like, I guess I'll get used to it, and I will go out today. I do have appointments at both the Dollar General and the Dollar Tree, so maybe I'll get some better lotion. Dollar General has name brand stuff.
Aquaphor?
Maybe. I'll look for it.
Please just get Aquaphor.
I will. I will.
Oh my God.
I've been eating groceries from Aldi. Aldi was my first stop when I drove into town.
That's a grocery store?
They're owned by the same corporation that owns Trader Joe's, yeah. But it's cheap.
Really?
It's like cheap stuff.
It's gross.
No, it's not gross. It's just not great. It's not Whole Foods. It's like half foods.
Well, Whole Foods isn't great anymore either. Now that fucking Bezos came all over it.
Yeah, he really did. He put his bald-headed jizz all over Whole Foods.
And our fucking doctor's office, One Medical. Like, our health is owned by Amazon.
Yeah.
We probably should not go there anymore, but I don't. Oh.
They should not own grocery stores and newspapers. Like, that should be against the law.
Or doctor's offices.
Yeah.
Like,
what is happening?
Oh, it's too much.
We're in hell. Welcome, everybody. We're in hell.
Oh, Peg is so cute, though. Hi, Peg.
I think we got a dog sitter for Peggy when we go to Denver.
Oh, yeah? He's into it?
Yeah, he says it sounds great. He's got a small dog. His wife thinks he's crazy because he walks that dog like 4 times a day.
Well, he ain't got to do that with Peg.
Yeah.
That's cute.
If he gets to town when he says he is, he'll be staying somewhere else his first few days. So I said maybe we can get together and do like logistics and give him the whole spiel.
Yeah, cool.
And he's a good guy who I trust.
Yeah. I know. I remember him. This is literally just a business meeting.
Yes.
About schedule.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
What's happening with you? What should we get into here?
What's happening with me? Oh, I did want to bring up, I've entered into a new wives relationship. I started watching The Real Housewives of Potomac, which I didn't think I would ever say, but here we are. Because
who's that sexy lady with the sleepy eyes on that one? Who was on Traders?
Oh, Robin. Yeah, Robin is gorgeous. Light-skinned black woman with like green eyes.
Yeah.
You know, quintessential gorgeous aesthetic.
Yeah.
Not a lot of personality though. Anyways, so I started watching Potomac because I just needed something I could sink my teeth into mindlessly, knowing that there were tons of seasons and all my other I'm through with all my other lives.
Yeah.
I'm either caught up or I've done it all. But why I bring it up is I'm on season 2 and they're on vacation in Bermuda. And I'm pretty sure they stayed at the hotel we stayed at.
Oh, that's fun.
The Fairmont. I don't know if you remember the name, but it looks either we stayed there or that's where some of the wedding stuff was that we went to. I mean, the island is so tiny, but it was like a big coral colored hotel and the pool looked familiar to me too, which that's when I saw you one of the first times being an exhibitionist. You intentionally you brought costumes to that vacation, which
Oh
at the
yeah.
time I hadn't. I was like, oh my God, like he's so funny.
What did I
Which
bring my
now
bikini
you
bottoms?
you brought your bikini bottoms and your captain's hat, and you
Yes.
like came out in a look like
Yeah.
I'm a clown. Everyone enjoy me. Which now I feel like if you just like, I would just be like, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm like, oh, he brought the bikini. Great. I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette over here.
Oh god.
Um, but it did for the listeners, Bermuda was our very first vacation together. We had been together for 4 months, I believe. And you invited me to go to a wedding, one of your friends from college. And I think I paid for my flight, but you paid for everything else, which was very generous of you because I was baroque as a joke. And we were so in love. It was so
Yeah.
cute.
God, that must have been how long ago was that then?
It'll
That
probably be 14 years ago, I think like April or May.
yeah. You know what I remember from that trip? We were getting in the van to go somewhere and it hit a bump and you nailed your head on the ceiling
My
and
neck.
you like hurt your neck. And I remember thinking, I think I'm together with an elderly person.
I've had neck stuff going on for a long time. When I tell people, I'm like, this shit's, I don't know when they herniated because as far as I can remember, from the age of 20 forward, my neck has bothered me.
Yeah.
Um,
And then
but
we
it,
also had the classic, who the fuck's in that one?
yes,
Which we
standing the test of time.
we must have covered on this podcast, but yeah, we're like we were probably the only sober people on this trip,
Oh,
right?
100%.
And the whole crew, everybody's drinking a lot, which is fine. You know, that's what weddings
Yeah,
are
I mean,
for.
it didn't bother us. We weren't
Yeah.
like, oh my God.
But we took some group van or shuttle to some bar and people got bombed. And afterward, they had to call 2 Ubers to get us all back to the hotel. And one of the women that we kind of befriended was just like wasted and slurring. And we're leaving the bar and she can't figure out which van to go in. And she just goes, well, who the fuck's in that one? And the way she said, who the fuck's in that one was
Iconic.
just so quotable, and we've
And
said it now in relation to so many things.
I've passed it on to other people. I've got Heather and Dan saying it. Like they really took off with it. They loved
Yeah.
it. And it was all like she was so quintessential, like Long Island woman too.
Yeah.
Just like in my mind, her hair was like teased,
Yeah.
long, like too long, big,
Yeah.
and you know she's in her like Bermuda gear. She's like real tan.
Yeah.
And she's like, who fucks in that one? The best. The best.
Yeah.
And it lives on to tell the tale.
What are the wives doing in Bermuda?
Well, you know, this is what they do every season. They have to go on a girls' trip. It's
Yeah.
like part of production. But like the dog and pony show of like one wife is the host, as if like production didn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like so weird to me. Like, oh, Karen's hosting it. Like, no, she ain't.
Yeah.
Bravo's hosting it. What are you fucking talking about? So you know, they're just eating, fighting, drama.
Yeah. I got to no, you finish if you're going to talk more about wives.
Somebody's possessive of the trip, acting
Yeah.
as if it's their trip, which
Yeah.
again, bravo.
Well, I hope somebody has their apology scripted correctly for when they have to say sorry.
If I offended you, I am sorry. That's how it goes. If I hurt your feelings, I am sorry. Okay?
I got to talk about traders with one of the other comics the other night.
Nice.
Because so the MC is this woman named Ella from Michigan. She drove 7 hours to do these gigs.
For the love of the art. Huh?
Really, really funny lady, girl. I mean, she's 27. Do you say girl or lady? What's
You say woman.
woman?
That's a
really
woman.
funny.
You can't
woman.
even say woman. Woman.
Woman.
Woman. It's a woman.
Woman. very funny person.
There you
And
go.
she brought up to Ian, she asked him a question about his podcast. He had Robbie Hoffman on his podcast. And
Who's that?
do you know Robbie Hoffman? Jewish comedian, really funny person.
Immediately, my brain was like, "Wait, is that Boston Rob's real name?" Because you're talking about traders.
So Robbie Hoffman is either married to or engaged to or just attached to Gabby from Traders, who we love.
Gabby's gay.
Yeah, Robbie's gay. Robbie's a woman who's gay.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, cute.
Yeah, yeah. So that led to me and Ella talking all about Traders
Nice.
and Housewives, but how much we love Gabby and how funny she is,
Yeah.
and how I think she's like the sexiest woman on there.
There's been some iconic clips of her rolling around the internet in interviews, just saying like really fucking hilarious shit.
Yeah.
So like, she's got that voice, she knows it, but she's
Yeah.
much smarter and funnier than people initially realized,
Yeah.
I think.
And you gotta check out Robbie Hoffman. She's hilarious. She's like she's like such a Jew.
Yeah.
Like in the classic, like she's basically Woody Allen for our generation.
Okay.
But she also wrote on Odd Squad for years.
Cute.
Yeah,
Children's programming for anyone who
Yeah.
doesn't know.
Yeah, she talks all about that on her episode of WTF, and I'm like, that's so funny that I've seen so much of her work. Like,
I'm so familiar with your writing work.
well, and she was also not a writer. She was the script supervisor, which led to her writing some stuff and then
Oh.
writing actual episodes. It was like kind of cool to hear how she like went from, the low person on the totem pole, then worked her way up, and then was also
Is she
doing,
Canadian?
yeah, like
Okay.
doing stand up in I think Toronto, and then she came to New York like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, because I think that's like a CBC show.
Yeah.
So there's federal funding
Hmm.
or something like the BBC, which is why it's on PBS Kids.
Do we just go to Canada? Everything's better there, isn't it?
I don't think it's that much better. I mean, yes, they have free healthcare, so that is a huge benefit, but I don't think they're just like letting us in.
We did get a text this morning. Somebody else wants to buy our house. So I said,
2
we
million
plan-
cash.
yeah, I said, we plan to stay for the long haul, but if anybody wants it that bad, we're asking 2 million cash. And
I mean, do we lower it to 1 million?
I think we could actually legitimately get 1 million maybe in 5 years from now or so. Well, who knows if
It
the
drops.
planet. Yeah.
Anyways, we're talking about amounts of money that are inconceivable to
Yeah.
us at
Yeah.
this moment. So not to give anybody an idea that that's like how we do it.
Yeah, that's our pie in the sky. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to buy us out of our apartment, you got to pay much more than it's actually worth.
Cash.
Cash is king.
Well, that's what's funny. Actually, one of the wives on this show, the wife who, in fact, just recently, I'm not to this part in the series, but this woman who like is supposedly like the grande dame of Potomac and is like the oldest woman. She like introduces her husband as the Black Bill Gates, which I'm like, that is so insulting.
Yeah.
To everyone except Bill Gates, but
Yeah.
you know, she just got like her, I don't even know what number DUI, but she got sentenced to a year in jail,
Oh my God.
which I'm like,
There's
I
so
didn't know they
many-
would do that. I'm like, doesn't your dad have that many? He ain't facing
Yeah.
no jail time.
Yeah. There's
Like-
so many criminals on the Real Housewives.
Oh yeah. Which
Uh,
is not surprising.
I've learned a lot about the DUI laws here in Wisconsin because the general manager of the club, he was just saying all these funny things. He was like, yeah, it's like the highest rate of DUIs per capita.
Oof.
Because people just drink so hard here.
It's
also-
probably that cold weather. I feel
Yeah.
like people just fucking go hard.
Yeah. And when you get your first one, they don't even, it's not even a moving violation. Like it's
Oh.
it's just a moving violation. Like you're not charged with, anything major. It's basically like driving without your blinker on or whatever. Like they don't treat it that seriously.
I love that like that is a law but like we're trying to like roll back the hands of time when it comes to like anything LGBTQ related. But they're like, oh, driving drunk where you're actually a menace to society. Moving violation. Don't worry about it.
I saw a hilarious tweet today that was like the number of like potential school shooters is like thousands, like 100 times as high as the number of trans athletes in college sports. But which laws are they more obsessed with passing right now?
Yeah. No, it's ass backwards is what it is.
But it's America, and I love my country.
I love this country. No, I don't. I really, really don't. It's complicated, isn't it?
Yeah.
When it is the place you're from. And there is opportunity here, unlike other places. But does that outweigh that you're living on an Indian burial ground that's filled with pain?
Have a good one, everybody. Thanks for listening. The Indian, the colonialism of it all is so hard because it's like we didn't do that. Our parents didn't do that.
Oh no, don't do that.
I know, but it's like, but it's like such a thing that has to be acknowledged. So it's like I'm happy to be.
What part has to be acknowledged though?
That like any living person in this country right now did not do that originally.
Well, no, of course not. But we have been reaping the benefits of it our entire lives.
Yeah,
so,
and I'm also happy to be a part of like repairing that in some way. But
sure.
I also I'm not gonna like live day to day feeling guilty about it.
No, and I don't think it's about living day to day feeling guilty. I think it's more about understanding that the only reason why we have the position of privilege we do is based on things being taken away from Indigenous people, you know? And how are we as the people being given this privilege unfairly going to try to like chip away at making things better and repair that damage? Even if we didn't cause it, we're still reaping the rewards, right? So it's like being a passive, like I'm sure someone much more eloquent could say this quicker and
beneficiary.
Yes, we are the passive beneficiary of, genocide.
Yeah.
Basically, so that we're not sugarcoating anything here.
Yeah.
God, we're covering housewives. We're covering Native American genocide. You name it. Okay.
Up next, the Holocaust.
Oh God.
And then after that, we'll touch on 9/11 for a few minutes.
No,
I do think it is wrong if a person is like, I am just not going to acknowledge any of this. Like, I don't even want to investigate it, like, consciously or unconsciously. Like, anybody who just really doesn't want to do any of the work, like, yeah, I think that's wrong.
I think I just shudder at the phrase, well, I didn't do it, because I know that's not your vibe, like generally speaking, but I think that phrase is used a lot by people that look like us to be like, to not shoulder any responsibility for the amount of privilege,
Yeah.
You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah, man. So anyway, we hired a sitter for this. The sitter today is the New York City public school system.
Oh,
she's at school.
Thank God.
I'm on the road. I'm gone for
days.
six more days.
Days and days.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not working right now. So it's good that you're working.
Yeah. Maybe I could teach you how to edit stand-up comedy clips.
No.
We could get a whole production factory going.
Which is why I'm just continuing to do what I'm doing, which is trying to finish some certifications and work towards building the business that I've been already creating. So,
yeah.
I am.
Yeah. Do you want shift gears to that? Do you want to get off so you can continue your schooling?
Sure, in a minute. But really, today, what I need to do is clean this apartment from the wreckage of the weekend
Yeah.
before the sitter that we did hire picks up our daughter from school so I can go teach yoga.
Oh yeah.
Uh, what am I talking about? Oh, May. I am styling again, probably for that whole month. So
Oh
that'll
wow.
be a steady income. But, this is more off the pod conversation.
Yeah.
Schedules, work, things of that nature. But speaking of which, we are hopefully going to get that Patreon up and running
Yeah.
soon
Yeah.
as part of our creative workflow that we're getting involved in
Yes.
here. I also, if you're listening, you're in the area, or you're not even in the area, but you want to donate, I am teaching a fundraiser yoga class on Saturday, March 8th at 7 p.m. in Ridgewood at Everyone Yoga. It's going to be a live DJ, me on like a Britney Spears mic, shouting yoga poses out and acting like a damn nut, supporting the organization called Make the Road New York.
It's
So
amazing.
check out Make the Road New York. If you can't come to the class, maybe you just donate some money to them. They're working with immigrants in our community. I do think it extends beyond New York, but I think that they are specifically working with immigrants in New York.
Can you send me a link to like where a person would do any of that so I can put it in the notes on the podcast?
Yes, I'll do it. I got you.
And while we're talking about dates, I guess I'll say that this Thursday I'll be in Aurora, Illinois at the Still Not Friday comedy show. That's in the suburbs of Chicago. And then Friday and Saturday I'll be doing 2 shows each night at Zany's Chicago, opening for Ronan Hirschberg. So
Cool.
I am excited to be in the Midwest, and I can't wait to get home either.
I think Aurora, Illinois, is that where Wayne's World takes place?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it might be.
Interesting.
Check it out. Look it up.
Yeah. It's close to Naperville, where I spent a lot of time with Chuck filming for True Life, I'm Famous Online.
Oh,
We filmed with a cam girl who did sex work on a webcam.
wow. Your last app.
Oh, yeah. And it didn't make the episode, but it was super surreal to
I remember
just film with a woman in her bedroom while she shoves things inside of her.
Were you filming with her while she was actually performing acts?
I think we would film for like the first 15 minutes. So it's like a lot of like
Flirting and stuff, right?
flirting, spanking herself. I don't think we were in there when stuff was going in.
I mean, you can't air that. So what would be the point?
I guess just to
Jerk off.
capture the story. No.
Yeah.
No. No, I don't think we did. I'll have to ask him. I know we had shots of her nude that we would have if we used it. We didn't use it.
Yeah.
We would have blurred.
I hope she's okay wherever she is.
I am curious about that. That was a situation where she lived in this big house with roommates, and the roommates were shady. There was
I remember you saying it was very depressing.
No furnishings in the house, and then her bedroom, like she was a objectively beautiful woman, and like she had her bed in a certain way and her like chair, and anything you could see on screen was a certain way, but then outside the frame it was just gross piles of laundry, like just sad stuff everywhere. The one detail that I can't get out of my mind is that there was a random bottle of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce on her desk.
You telling me this?
Like,
I remember you telling me this.
What's the barbecue sauce for? Why is it there? Please tell me you're not putting that inside your body, because that's worse than expired hand lotion.
That's true. That's true. That could be a good thing for behind the paywall. Some maybe you're really not allowed to share more detailed stories. Yeah,
production
nightmares.
secrets. I mean, I have this Kanye West story that I'm like, I think it has definitely been over 7 years. I don't know how long an NDA is good for, but this story is fucking hilarious and like says a lot about who he is as a person, and it happened, and I feel entitled to say it.
How do I not know this?
I won't right now, but I mean, I'll tell you the short version.
No. Hold off. But I'm just like, I don't know this. I don't think. Maybe I do. Who knows?
We were filming when he was like doing this tour for the album with Stronger on it. And during the daytime, he was meeting military veterans to like surprise them with tickets to his concert. And just some truly strange things happened while we were filming.
Well, yeah, he's very unwell.
Yeah.
And has too much money and power for anyone to stop him.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, dude.
Yeah.
Hopefully
maybe he'll buy one of our important cultural institutions.
Oh, fingers crossed. Although he might be losing money like rapidly.
Let's hope so. By the way, there's some like fascinating angles of conversation about Elon Musk on the WTF episode this week with Chris Hayes, who's on an MSNBC, but he wrote a book about attention span and like how phone media is like fighting for our attention, how it's rotting our brains,
destroying us from the inside.
Yeah, and they say some interesting stuff about how Elon is the perfect example of like how brain rot, how bad it can get. Like if you have the money to get all the attention you want, like this is what it looks like. It was really fascinating.
That is interesting. Oh, what was I going to tell you? Oh, did you see? This is a little bit old news, but in the news cycle, anyway, Puffy's lawyer stepped down. Was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, I can't. I'm done.
I'm like, that is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
and I think she's like, it was a woman. I think.
The shot I saw was a guy with.
It was okay, quote. But I feel like it was. Like the person has defended a lot of like undefendable people too, and he was just like, nope,
yeah,
I can't do it. I'm like, oh my god,
yeah,
what a nightmare. Everything comes back to toxic masculinity
and extreme wealth, baby. We're gonna get it, so I can get real weird in the public eye. How weird would I get if I was a billionaire?
Oh, you'd be sitting in the Oval Office with the rest of them.
Yeah. I'd be like, so what evil can I do today?
I mean, I don't think that would happen to you now, but we are of the belief that there should be no billionaires.
Right.
So, like, if you ended up in a circle of billionaires, you've already sold your soul as far as we're concerned. So, straight to the Oval Office.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
All right. Vote for me, everybody. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. And keep an eye out for when we get this Patreon going.
We'll keep you posted.
And if I am, so you're saying I should stay here for a couple more days. And if I do, that will give me some time and space to do that.
Yes. I think, like, let's think about the connection to buying this lotion at the place where at Dollar Tree.
No, I got it at Marshall's.
Marshall's, right. Wherever the discount version is. Oh, these arms look good, right?
Mm-hmm.
It took up a lot of space and time, right?
Yeah.
For how many extra dollars? Like, not worth it.
Okay.
I mean, your hands are doing better now, but like, we don't need to like, we got paychecks coming in. We're working. Enjoy your $89 night house without regret. But also mention in your comment passive aggressively that some things could have been a little bit more up to par.
Yeah.
Oh, my hon wants to jump off. He's like, all right, everybody.
Well, no, honestly, now I'm in my head thinking, well, how do I use that stuff as leverage for them to say, okay, we'll give you a little break on the price.
No, move on with your effing life.
Okay.
The discussion has been had. You tried. He said no. Move on. Enjoy your day.
Spoken like a true person who just got off a DA meeting on Zoom.
Woo! Solvency is waiting for us.
All right. I
All
love
right,
you.
See you in like a few days or whatever. Love you.
I'll see you. I hope we can talk again before that.
Yeah, that's my hilarious joke.
Maybe we do a Patreon episode this way. Not right now,
No,
because we're both cooked.
I'm
But
done.
we'll do another Zoom before I go.
All right, you guys can't wait, right? Okay, bye.
Love you.